Hello everyone, this is MasterMario548. Well, 2015 is coming to a close, at least where I live. Well, everywhere, but where I live there's only about, I guess, 5 or 6 hours left. It's almost 6 o'clock, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, almost 6 hours left, so I was trying to think of just one more video to do for the year, and all I can really think of was just a year in review, just because it's pretty much just going to be based on some of the stuff I made videos on, or things I watched, and just what I may do next year. So let's just go ahead and get started, because probably actually hurry up on this because my brother and fiance are coming over, so I definitely got to hurry up on this. Okay, so Hey Arnold coming back. This was definitely one that got fans happy. Just ever since the Jungle movie got canceled, fans were just disappointed that the story would never be continued or end properly. It was always going to have that what's the word I'm looking for? Crap. But anyway, just it didn't get the ending we wanted it to, so people were always really disappointed. I mean, there was always that possible chance that we might get a graphic novel or something, but it still never happened. But then later this year, as a big surprise, it was finally revealed that the Jungle movie would finally be happening. That was just enough to make us just smiles all over pretty much permanently. You would have to go to the hospital to get it permanently removed, and we were just really happy when that happened. So, but from what I know, our release date hasn't been confirmed. I was really hoping next year for the 20th anniversary, but then again, I don't want them to rush on it, because if they rush on it, it will be crap. So they should get the time that they need, just work on it. I mean, make any possible changes that that might not have worked before when they were going to work on it. So just try to make on this as good as possible. And Nickelodeon, air the show. Just air the show, because for some reason they don't have any plans to re-air it. If you re-air it, you'll get new fans. So when you do air the movie, it's going to be TV, you'll get more viewers from kids and adults. I don't get it. Why are you not doing this? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, but hopefully the movie will be good. I'm excited for it, so there is that. Next is Gravity Falls is ending. That is a bummer. A real bummer. I just started getting to the show last year. I think around, I don't know, is that when, did season 2 start last year, I think? Maybe? I don't remember, but I think I started getting into it just, I think around the time Love God premiered, maybe after that. I don't completely remember, but it is around that time when I started getting into the show. It's just like, okay, I'll try it out. It might be okay. The show's pretty good. Maybe I'll watch another episode. Or another episode. And before that, I was just a big fan, wanted to find out all the secrets like every other fan. What's Dipper's real name? Who's the author? Just all of that stuff. And since then, the author has been revealed and all that, except Dipper's real name. His real name has been revealed, and a lot of other stuff hasn't been revealed yet, and there's one episode left. One. And it's going to air next year, or soon to be this year, so. And I think it may be February 29th, because that only comes every 4 years. It's a leap year, so I think it's going to be February 29th. That would be a good day to air it. I mean, yeah, it's a long wait, but if it's going to be a really good final, I can wait for it, so. It's sad to see Gravity Falls ending, but I also understand, because Alex doesn't want to run it into the mill. He doesn't want it to become the new Simpsons or SpongeBob. He just doesn't want it to air for years and years and years. And then that people are just like, Only the good episodes. The only good episodes are the old ones. The new episodes suck. Yeah, because from years from now, people will always be talking about just how good of a show Gravity Falls was. That it never went bad. Never. And that's because it had such a short life on purpose. So here's to hoping for a good final, and I can't wait for it. Next is the year of the Social Justice Warrior. This was the year that Social Justice Warriors just took it to a new level. Just this level offended. They got offended by everything. I mean, they got offended by everything in the past, but this year, just look at any video out there by Social Justice Warriors. It's amazing. Just what happened at all the universities and all that, and what happened to Zamio70 when all those people bullied her. It was amazing what happened, and all of them trying to ban these video games. Jesus Christ, people, and they think they know about politics in the world, and they really don't know crap about it. There's actually this recent, it's not recent, but I recently discovered it. This online comic I discovered, and I'm thinking I might be making a rant video about it because it's that bad. It's just so biased and so politically correct that it needs to be reviewed. And I think I might compare it to some other comics that are similar to it but are not as bad, because when researching it, I found some others that aren't as bad. They're actually okay. So Social Justice Warriors, they need to go off somewhere and so we can never see them again. But on the case of Social Justice Warriors, there's also South Park. South Park, of course, had its Social Justice Warrior season, its politically correct season. Of course, there was PC Principal and, what's her name, Leslie, all that. People were kind of mixed on the season. Others were saying that it's just a terrible season, that the continuous storyline ruined it, no one liked it, ugh. But other people are saying it was their best season in years, a great season. I was kind of on and off for that, because, I mean, I do kind of think some of the plot points were really stupid. Like the ads. I don't think the ad was a really smart choice, but I do really like how they just ripped on political correctness this year. It was fun to watch. I loved it. I mean, it wasn't my favorite season. My favorite season would probably be Season 8. Season 8 was it was an amazing season. And that was pretty much their year from hell, where they were also working on this movie and a bunch of other stuff, and I don't know how they did it, but they made one incredible season that year. It was really good. So, I'm not sure if they're going to really continue it next year. It kind of got implied that they do, because Garrison is still running for president and PC Principal is still principal, so I kind of hope that they're just going to make it kind of a side plot next season. PC Principal will make an appearance in one episode, we'll go away for a few episodes, and then make another comeback. Something like that. I hope it doesn't become the focus. And I also hope that Anita Sarkeesian makes an appearance. She needs to. So, South Park, a pretty good season. Not my favorite, but it was a good one. The E3 of Nintendo this year. The main thing I want to talk about this thing is one where they talked about Metroid. The Metroid Federation Force game. People hated this. They ripped it apart because Metroid fans were waiting for a Metroid game for 5 years, and this is what they got. A game that looks like it should be on the DS. Not the 3DS, the DS. It looks like a 2004 game, and I'm not a huge Metroid fan, but it does look terrible. And of course, they had that Star Trek game the Star Wars game, that Star Fox game that got pulled the next year, so that probably hurt their sales for winter. So It wasn't the greatest E3 ever. It wasn't a disaster, but they could have made it better. And I was also hoping for a real Paper Mario game. Not a spin-off game, a real Paper Mario game like the first two. And that didn't happen. But there were some good things that came out of E3, and so, like Super Mario Maker. So, it wasn't a huge disaster, but it also it wasn't great. And I also haven't heard about Federation Force in a while. I kind of wonder if Nintendo's doubting the game or something, because I think they do think it's going to fail. Because I mean, just watch them do something like they cancel that game and remake the first game instead. Probably fans would be more happy if they did that. But it also would be a disappointment to the people who are excited for this game, but that's not a lot. But who cares? So, Nostalgia Critic Clipless Reviews. I am not really a fan of these. I said that in my last video, I think, and I just don't care for them. I know the Clipless Reviews do have their fans, and because of that, he shouldn't stop them. If there are people out there who like them, they should get to watch them. He shouldn't have to stop them completely just for us. But I still don't completely like them. I mean, there was the Pixels review, didn't really care for it. The Jurassic World review, didn't care for it. The Max Fury review, didn't care for it. The Hocus Pocus review, definitely the worst. I mean, he didn't even talk about it throughout the whole review. It was just pretty much I can't even explain it. It was just terrible. But the most recent review, the Star Wars review for the new movie, it was probably my favorite, actually. It wasn't good, but it also wasn't bad. It was definitely the best, so it did actually kind of keep me entertained throughout about the whole thing, so I was just like, and it also got a couple of laughs from me, so good for that. And we're also going to get Shyamalan month next year, so he's already reviewed a few Shyamalan movies, so if he doesn't do an editorials next year, he's pretty much going to be out of the Shyamalan stuff to do, so I'm looking forward to Shyamalan Muff, so it should be pretty good, but I really hope he keeps the Clipless reviews to a minimum. He can still do them, just keep them to a minimum, and I wouldn't mind if he actually went and did the old stuff again a few times. I mean, just maybe a once in a while thing. I mean, just for the fans. I mean, he doesn't have to do it all the time, but just a once in a while, so there's that. Donald Trump. How can you not talk about him? He's an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment to the Republican Party. Just everything he says is a joke. Just everything that comes out of his mouth. I mean, I don't know how people can take him seriously, or how he's just that high in the polls. I mean, you think one day it's going to go away. You're hoping so, but every day passes by and he's still up there. You can't believe it. And then of course Hillary's popular on her side, even though she's a liar. And then if you criticize her, you're sexist. Even though I fully support a woman being in office, I just don't want it to be Hillary. So if it comes out to be Hillary or Trump next year for the election, I might not even vote. I mean, I voted in 2012 for Romney, and I was hoping he would win, but he didn't. If it's Trump or Hillary next year, I might not vote. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Either way, the country's going down. So, it's amazing. It's just how politics goes these days. People take it more as a sitcom now, than really seriously. They love to hear the funny stuff that comes out of their mouth, not the real stuff. So, it should be interesting next year, but after that, it's just going to be a downfall. So, there's that. Same-sex marriage got passed. Now, I am a supporter of same-sex marriage for the most part. I do think same-sex marriage couples should get married, but I don't think that the churches should be forced to do it. do think that goes against what they believe. I do think it should have been the states that should have voted on it, because in my opinion, that would be real progress. If the states did it and not the Supreme Court, that would be a sign of progress that we're going forward. But we had to go this stupid route. But what else? Same-sex marriage can get married, and I do think that they should be able to get married, so I don't know what I'm really complaining about too much. It's just that I just think we went the wrong route with it. I think it should have been just left up to the states and not the Supreme Court. I know people are going to be like, well, you just think... No. I support it. My opinions are just a little bit different, okay? If you think this way, that's fine. I don't care. These are my opinions, okay? So, but it doesn't matter anymore. It's past. It's not going away. We just accept it for what it is and move on. There's that. Star Wars got released. As of right now, me, my younger brother, and my parents are probably the only people in America who haven't watched the new Star Wars movie. I haven't seen it yet, and I don't really care about it because I don't care about Star Wars. I don't hate it. I appreciate it because it had good effects for its time, the first movies, and it did help science fiction and all that, but I just don't care for it. And maybe the reason for that is because I was raised on the prequel movies. The first one I saw was Episode 1, and I just remember getting really sleepy when I first saw it. I was just like, this is boring. And then all I really remember was Jar Jar Binks and him saying icky sticky goo or something, and a few of the fight scenes. That's all I remember from the first movie, but I really don't care. From what I heard, it's okay. It's better than the prequels, but not better than the original movies, and I can see that. Yeah, I can see why people see that, so maybe I'll see it on DVD soon, but I don't plan on seeing it in theaters because I don't care enough. My older brother saw it on opening night with his fiancée, so he's a little bit different when it comes to Star Wars, but as for me, maybe I'll just watch it on Netflix when it comes out, so bash at me if you want. I don't care. I don't really care about Star Wars that much. I don't hate it, but it's a good franchise. I do think Darth Vader is a great villain. He's one of my favorites, and I do like the theme and all that, but I just don't care for the series overall. The Royals win the World Series. I'm a Cardinals fan, so I was kind of split on this. Throughout the whole year, somehow, someway, the Cardinals did really good. All with the help of half of their pitchers being gone, having only a couple hitters, with most of their hitters being hurt, and with just things not going their way. And somehow they got to 100 wins and won the division pretty easily. The Pirates and Cubs were pretty close to them throughout the whole year, but they still did really good somehow. But in the playoffs, they just crumbled, and because that's when all the injuries and stuff started to catch up to them. It was a disappointment. I was hoping for a Cardinals-Royals World Series for the 30th anniversary of the 1985 World Series, because then we can get revenge on them, because back then one of our guys caught a ball and the Royals guy was called safe, even though he was clearly out. I think there are even Royals fans out there who would agree he was out, but they don't care. They won the World Series. So I was hoping the Cardinals would win and get there, but they couldn't even get past the Cubs. And that was an embarrassment. It was just like, oh, come on, guys. And of course the Cubs were just like, oh, Back to the Future 2 predicted the World Series. And then they end up getting swept by the Mets, and that stuff stopped, so thank God for that. But I don't hate the Royals, but I just didn't really want to see them win that much. But I guess their fans did kind of deserve it. They had to wait 30 years for it. I mean, other than 2014, none of their fans have seen their team even in the playoffs in the last 30 years. And they've only had about a winning season 6 times. So, I can understand their stress, definitely. So, I was hoping it would be the Cardinals, but their injuries came to them, and they haven't really done much this offseason, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Cubs or the Pirates win the division next year. Just, it wouldn't surprise me. It's probably just how it's going to happen next year. And also, the Blues got dominated by the Blackhawks earlier this year. Or was it last year? No, it was this year, I think. So, and the Blues were hopefully going to win their first cup, but that didn't happen either. So, and for the Rams, they might be moving. Maybe not. We're supposed to figure out, I think, in a few days or so. So, so far it looks like it may be the Chargers who are going to move. So, I don't know. I kind of hope they're going to stay, but I grew up in pretty much in an era where they're just terrible. I mean, they haven't been good in over a decade, so I wouldn't be too sad, but that would be kind of sad. I would be like, oh, that sucks. I hope we get a new team, or at least an NBA team, something like that. So, well, let's see. That's really all I can think of for a year in review thing. And my brother and his fiance should be here any minute probably, so I should probably just go ahead and wrap this video up. So, and what do I look forward to doing next year? I actually have a list somewhere. I went and throw it away. Somewhere, I know it is. I put it. God damn it! Is it? Yes. Oh, yes. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. So, what I may do next year is, a few things is, that one video I told about you earlier about Social Justice Warriors, that horrible comic, the top 12 or 11 nostalgia episodes, how YouTube has changed, stupid eBay prices, watching my old videos, let's see, and the top 12 saddest Disney scenes. I actually had this video in the past, but I got taken down for copyright, and when my old computer crashed, I didn't put it on a CD or anything, so that's gone. No way to get it back, so I just might remake it next year, and that's pretty much all I got for early stuff. So anyway, I hope everyone liked this video, and hope you have a happy new year. Thanks for watching. Take care.